Exercise while pregnant. Everyone has their opinions on it. Everyone's gonna tell you their opinions on it. But what do you really know about it? I'll tell you a few things I know in this video. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Danielle. If you don't know, I make a lot of mom content here on YouTube, from vlogs to tips about exercise while pregnant, while being a mom, and really everything in between that's mom lifestyle. So if you like that stuff, please like this video and subscribe to my channel right now. So today we are talking about why you should exercise while you're pregnant. Now, I have had two pregnancies that were similar in some ways, different in others, but the one thing for myself that I did through both pregnancies is I ran. So I exercised. I also did a little bit of body work exercise, especially with my first child, because I wanted to make sure I kept my muscles up. So I have a little bit of experience with exercising while pregnant. And it was something when I was a new mom, I was very scared about if I should do it or if I shouldn't, because obviously you're growing a baby inside of you. You don't know what it's going to do to that baby. So first thing, before any of this, I'm going to do a disclaimer here is I'm not a doctor. I did ask my doctor lots of questions, and I had a midwife my first pregnancy as well, asked her lots of questions. And basically what they said is if you are currently doing an exercise program, you're used to it, you've been doing it a while, keep it up as long as you can during your pregnancy. You will not know if you're going to be able to keep it up your whole pregnancy because things happen that are out of your control. You know, there are just a lot of unknowns with pregnancy. But as long as you can keep it up, do keep it up. So going into my own personal experience and why I think it's super important to exercise your entire pregnancy, I'm going to start with number one and say in your first trimester, it's hard to exercise. You're going to be tired, nauseous, and just not feeling yourself. Even before you don't even know you're pregnant, you might not be feeling yourself. With my first, I didn't know I was pregnant, and I already was feeling kind of like just down, like, I don't know, weaker. My runs I wasn't doing as well. So then I took my pregnancy test and I was like, oh yeah, well, I'm pregnant. That makes sense that things haven't been so great the last couple of weeks. At that time I was already 8 weeks pregnant. So I was a little bit into my first trimester without me even knowing. But that first trimester is going to be hard, and you're not going to want to exercise, and you're not going to want to get out of bed. For most people. I don't want to scare you because it doesn't happen with everyone, but it does happen with a lot of people. But you can exercise through it all, and you should exercise through it all. Why is this? Because when you exercise, you have endorphins that get released throughout your body that make you feel better. And I know from personal experience, on the days that I ran, I felt so much better than the days that I didn't. Why is that? It's because of those endorphins, because I got my body moving, and because I was able to just work through that nausea and get past that point of, okay, all these hormones are doing all these things to me. Okay, if I run, those will be gone. I just got to get that in my head that you get out of bed, you do this, it's gone. Capiche, it's done. So if you are not feeling like exercising, you don't have to push through every morning, but I would still stick to your routine. And I mean, I'm a person who only exercises 3 to 4 times a week now. I mean, I'll do long runs all those days, but it's not like I'm doing extreme exercise. I'm not lifting in the gym for 90 minutes. I'm just doing an hour to an hour and a half run 3 to 4 days a week, and I go from there. If I can do 30, 40 miles a week, that's a good week for me with running. And the one thing is, when you are pushing through the first trimester, don't worry about your PRs. Don't worry about how slow you are, how little you're able to lift, how weak your exercise feels during that day. That doesn't matter because your body's still getting all of the good positive things from exercise. Now, if you're working out though and you're starting to feel pain, you're cramping, you're nauseous, just stop. I mean, any doctor is going to tell you that. If you feel like you should stop, you probably should stop. That only has happened to me a couple of times when I was pregnant and exercising, but it does happen. And on those days, just take it easy. Try again, and if it's continuous, you might have to back off and do a lighter exercise, but in most cases you can work through it. So yeah, overall, that was a long story to just say, first trimester, exercise, you're gonna feel better. One of the biggest perks for me, which is why I continue to exercise, is I knew that my recovery was going to be better. So not only was my recovery with getting back into exercise, my times for running, how far I could go, was that going to be easier to get back into? My body recovered faster. So with my first baby, I exercised less than with my second. I was working a job that was very demanding, didn't want to get up out of bed all the time, especially towards the end of pregnancy. I stopped running at 8 months, and then month 9, ready to start doing the bike. Well, with my second pregnancy, I ran the whole time through, and honestly, my whole body, I had less aches. I had a much easier labor as far as my labors are pretty similar in like push time and things like that, but I don't know, I just felt more relaxed during labor. I also didn't tear at all during labor. I don't know if that had to do with exercise and being more fit. Maybe it had to do with already having a baby, but I had no tearing. And then going back, I already was back to running at, you know, shush, shush, don't tell my doctors this. I actually started run walking at 4 days postpartum. You're not supposed to do that. Everything healed okay, but I think I felt ready, and I think it was just because I was so used to doing it. You know, I'd ran through my entire pregnancy. And then I actually bounced back. I hate that term, but bounced back, and my body didn't look anything like it looked before, but I was back down to like my weight and my times for running. About 4 months postpartum, I started to feel like, okay, things were getting normal. So, you know, it does help. If you just exercise throughout, that whole recovery point after pregnancy is going to be better. Oh, and that's the other thing. When I brought the baby home, when I brought my youngest home, I felt better, I felt stronger, and I felt like I could do more. With my first, I was a little bit more like put out. You know, I was on the couch a little bit more, not moving around as much. I already was cleaning, organizing, running around with my toddler by the time that I came home with my second. Now, maybe that's also the shift from being a first-time mom to a second-time mom. I couldn't tell you there. I'll have to wait till I have my third to let you know that. The other good perk about exercising while pregnant is it's good for the baby. Whenever I'd go into a doctor's appointment, I'd say, yeah, I'm still running, you know, I'm still keeping active. They would say, yes, continue that. That's good for the baby. It's going to help regulate their heartbeat. It's going to help with their development, and you keeping a healthy weight and you keeping healthy in general, since everything that you're doing translates to your baby, it's going to keep your baby healthy. Now, there are extremes you can go to. If you exercise too much, you restrictively diet, that's going to obviously hurt your baby. But, you know, we're not doing that here. We're not going to think about that here. So if you're safely exercising, you're paying attention to your diet, and you are just making sure that you take the cues of the baby, you are helping your baby too by being fit. And it's almost setting like a line of, you know, this is going to be a fit family to your child. I know that maybe it just seems so early that whatever you're doing while you are pregnant can translate to your baby. I see it so much Whatever you're doing when you are pregnant, it is going to translate into your babies as they grow. And, you know, you're going to continue that as a lifestyle at your home, obviously, so that's a part of it too. But learning starts at conception in my mind, because it's just crazy how much babies already can pick up on, how much they know just when they're born. I mean, I'm sure if you're here, you have done research about being about babies and being pregnant and what happens in your body. They know so much when they're born, and they know you, and they know your voice. Obviously, if you're running and you're exercising, they're going to know that they need to be fit. I mean, I'm just a true believer that it's ingrained in them from that point. One of the last things I want to talk about is how my body actually felt when I was exercising. So you might think, okay, if you exercise, you're going to be sore, you're going to have joint pain, you're going to just feel awful. Honestly, complete opposite. I felt so much better, so much looser, less back pain, less hip pain, less knee pain. That's what I had with my first baby, which, like I said, I wasn't even exercising as much with my first baby. Still doing it, but just not to the point that I was doing it with my second pregnancy. And man, I just felt so much better. Like I could move better. And when I had Richie, my second baby, I just had less pain afterwards as far as with my joints. With my first, I had so much pain with recovery of not just like the area recovering, but the back pain, the knee pain, the pelvis pain, and I just didn't have any of that. I mean, it is insane what exercise can do for you. It's just so good for your overall body. So, you know, if you are pregnant and you're thinking about exercising while pregnant, find that exercise that you like to do all the time. You know, maybe you already do it, maybe it's something you've done in the past, you want to get back into it, slowly do it, slowly get into it, make sure you know your limits, and go out and do it. You know, keep to a schedule. No matter how you feel, you know after you do that exercise, you're going to feel better. So, go out, get exercising, and stay healthy for your baby, because that's number one, right? Keeping your baby healthy and keeping yourself healthy are the most important things right now during pregnancy, so keep that up. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and to watch more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!